This is a story of the staff at Hamlin's Marine that got sick and tired of sitting in the showroom instead of getting out on the water with our customers. Hamlin's Marine, SaturDaze on the water. Watch us all summer long to see if people that work together can actually play together. Rain or shine, we will travel to places you've only imagined. We'll find the biggest fish, the biggest waves, and the best food and drink on the water.
Hey, I'm Ryan at Hamlin's Marina here in Hamden, Maine, and today we are showcasing the 21 Bennington SS, and we are showing it with the Yamaha Outboard 115. A very well performing outboard, great fuel mileage. It's powered with C-Star hydraulic steering. We'll move into the back of the boat here. In here we have 4 rod holders for standing rod holders with these elastics, so you can stand 4 rods up. On the top here we have a bait well just in front of your 46-inch ski pile-on for towing if you want to do tubing or something like that. Here you can have bait, live shiners, or smelts depending on what you're doing for fishing. You can measure fish here with this small bump board. If we move over to the starboard side of the boat, we have a longer bump board to measure larger fish here. If you open it up, we have a 4-rod rod locker there to keep some of your more expensive rods out of the weather. And then in the back of the boat, for trolling, casting, whatever type of style you're fishing you're doing, we have 2 deluxe seats that face 360 all the way around. As we move forward, we have the L bench with storage underneath both compartments. Storage here. Storage here. The L bench has been a staple for Bennington for a long time now. Very comfortable, great, nice, cool, soft touch seating that you don't stick to when you sit down on those sweaty summer months. As we move over to the helm, we have powered by a Garmin Striker here. Shows fish, you can map. Graphing is navigation, graphing, fish finder, it does it all. On the console here, this little tab below the steering wheel, you can move the wheel up and down depending on where you like to sit in the captain's chair. Kicker audio here for radio, Bluetooth to your phone. You can play your own music through these speakers. Switch here controls live well in the back, adds water, aerates it. You have your switches for your radio, your ACC, your navigation lights, and your switch for turn on the Garmin. Over here is where you control the boat, forward and backward, up and down on the trim for the Yamaha 115 outboard 4-stroke. And then your key here, start and stop. As we move forward in the boat, we have seating for multiple people up here. Under each cushion, there is more storage for life jackets, throwables, dock line, fenders, anchors, removable cup holders that you can move anywhere, put any on either side that you want to put them on. We have on this side more storage here, life jackets in there on that side as well. This compartment here opens up. More life jackets, you could put a trash can in there to get rid of some of your garbage throughout the day. As we move to the front of the boat, we have the front hatch here to be able to exit the boat at your dock. In the front of the boat here, we have the stern light, or the bow lights that show if you're moving, navigating early in the morning to get to your first fishing spot. You'll have lights there, docking lights, navigation lights. And then from here, the last thing I'd like to show you is the bimini. This provides shade during the day while you're out fishing when it does get hot in these summer months. You can take and open up the bimini, which will not be in the way of casting, or if you're doing any trolling, it'll be out of the way. It unzips here, 2 zippers across. Unvelcros in the back around the navigation light. You can store this anywhere in any compartment. A lot of people like to store them up here out of the way. Once you've opened up the bimini, it has 2 front legs that you detach from the arms here. This leg will attach in here with a slight bump of the wrist. Slide this forward. This will tighten up the bimini so it holds in the wind while you're moving underway. Underneath the helm, we do have one last storage compartment, life jackets, throwables, anchor, anything that you'd like to put underneath there. That wraps up the Bennington 21-foot triple fishing model that we have for bigger lakes in Maine, for Moosehead, Sebago, any type of style of fishing that you want to do, this boat can do it all.
Danny, I heard you were playing in your own backyard today.
Yes, we were. We caused quite a scene in a couple of towns, actually, down in Bucksport and Bangor, and then we came over and we looted McLaughlin's for a while.
I missed that.
So I had an idea, and it was a little crazy. My ideas are usually crazy, but every year we have an employee field day. Basically, get everybody together. Where everybody's worn out, burnt out, having a hard time keeping people focused. So I combat that by throwing a big party, and usually that's over the last couple of years. You've seen our softball games out here, and they get pretty crazy. And it's just nice to bring both the dealerships together in a casual social environment. And believe it or not, a lot of our employees have never been on the water. They work on boats all day, and they certainly haven't seen the Penobscot River. So if you've ever have you ever done a poker run?
Never have.
Most people were unfamiliar with how it worked, but we distributed playing cards to different restaurants along the river down in Bucksport, and we made stops. And we also had some help from Vacationland Limo, so they were our ground transport. So we rigged up 4 pontoon boats, one for each team. We have 4 teams. Do you know the names of the teams?
Pirates of the Penobscot.
Right.
That's it.
All right. So the Pirates are my team, and that's a Hamden team. Then there's the River Rats, that's the opposing team, and Waterville has 2 other teams. One is the Honey Badgers, named after our service manager, Tim Dutton. He's a little wild and crazy, so they nicknamed him Honey Badger. And one's unfortunately named the Smashing Beavers. You can make your own inference there, but I don't ask, I don't judge. So we had a blast. We really did. But the highlight, of course, was always coming back to McLaughlin's. I said, so, we just talked about my day, but I really want to talk about the restaurant and the great relationship we have with McLaughlin's from Hamlin's Marine. What a family we are. 9 years ago, this place was a totally different place.
Yeah.
I remember our first dinner. It was a group of boaters. We were called the Penn Bay Explorers, and we shared our first meal in the kitchen. There was nothing was set up. Do you remember that?
Oh, I do, on that metal table. I was like, what am I doing? It was not quite where I wanted to go on my first dinner.
But tell me about the restaurant, what your signature dishes are, what's popular, and what you're most proud of.
I'm most proud of my staff. I've got a fabulous staff. They're devoted. They're really involved. They care, and it shows from the minute people walk in. The things we're doing this year are implementing prime rib on Friday and Saturday nights. Sunday brunch has taken off very well. We serve that 10 to 2. My popular dish would be our baked stuffed haddock with our shrimp sauce, and of course our Maine lobster. People come here for the true experience, and we offer the freshest seafood, and it is just a great feeling when people come to dine and when they leave and they say everything was just fabulous. And of course they love to check on Remington, and she's my golden retriever. I've had her for 4 years, so a lot of the guests have been coming back every year that I know of, and I have several that were their first stop and their last stop on their vacation.
It must help to be on the water. Do you get some boating traffic coming in?
Boating traffic is totally increased. It's been beautiful. People come from Bucksport, Castine, Belfast. Some have come as far as Bar Harbor and made their way. And it's great that they are comfortable to come in and dine and have the ease of docking their boat. They can get gas. So, and if people wish that not to come in and dine because they're in a casual feel, we've got takeout. So they can go to our takeout window and get their food, and we'll deliver to the boats, or they can sit by our picnic tables.
Yeah, that's a big plus. There aren't many restaurants that have that kind of service.
And we try to make it so it fits everybody. Whether you're a single traveler and you just want to come in and read a book and have a nice dinner, you're comfortable.
Yeah, I really don't think that there's many restaurants in the area that cater to boaters like McLaughlin's.
I'm very happy to do so. It's great seeing those boats come up the river.
Alrighty, so we have here the Hamlin's Bloody Marys. We have 3 options. We have the classic, which is everything is made with Tito's vodka, and our house-made Bloody Mary mix, which is a Dan Higgins recipe, secret recipe, so you'd have to ask him what that is. But we have the classic, the shrimp's tail, and the lobster claws. Shrimp's tail comes with a jumbo shrimp, lobster claws with a lobster claw. So we are going to fill the cup full of ice and garnish the glass first with our Bloody Mary seasoned rim. That's kosher salt, Old Bay, celery salt, and pepper. Then we are going to do a 4 count of Tito's vodka. And the rest, the classic Dan Higgins Bloody Mary mix. You're then going to shake this all up really well. Pour into the garnish glass. And from there, take a stick of celery, 2 olives, and a mustard pickle wedge, which we get from Emery's Meats and Brewer, and lemon and a lime slice. And from there, you can keep it this way for the classic or add the shrimp or lobster claw.
This is wrapping up our SaturDaze on the water. We had a fantastic time. Again, the highlight is right here at McLaughlin's at the Marina. So if you're gonna come to McLaughlin's, come by water, come by the road, book your private party. I mean, there's not a better place to entertain or celebrate than McLaughlin's at the Marina.